Okie dokie, welcome back. It's Saturday, and we are finishing up for the day for the most part. Well, Randy's still got some shit going on, but wanted to get you guys a video of some updates of what's going on. And before we start, as always, cheers to everybody out there in the old social media world. And today, we're doing a shout out specifically to Castaway RV Resort and Campground in Ocean City, Maryland. If you know, you know. There's a pretty badass car show that goes on out there in Ocean City. And if you want a fun place to camp out during that time, you got to check them out. So here's the Castaways, and here's to everybody else out there. So without further ado, cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the shop is pretty much a not a disaster, but it's pretty much a mess. We had a lot going on this week. Like I said last week, I tell you what, let's do the C10 first. Let's do the C10, and we'll show them the Riviera. So the C10, as you can see, the doors, this door's off. There was bolts that were stripped out for the doors, and the customer gave us some touch-up paint. So we're touching up some areas on the doors. We're touching up some areas around the doors. The bolts were stripped out inside there, so we actually have to go in and bore them out, retap them and everything like that. So that's why the door's off. Inside here, we are pretty much 90% done with touching up the wiring, squaring away the wiring. It's all loomed and cleaned up just like factory. We got switches in here for cutouts that are going in. We got switches in here for new stuff that we got going on. As far as all that stuff goes, we're going to get into more detail about that when it's all finalized, but we're 90% as far as the wiring inside the truck. Still got some baloney to take care of underneath and under the hood, but all the tedious shit is finally coming together, and we're going to start seeing some major progress as far as like starting the engine and being able to finalize some exhaust, put in the windows, the rear window, just a bunch of stuff. We left everything out because it just makes life easier to get in here and do what we got to do. So that's what's going on with the C10. Tail lights and shit underneath, you know, just so much small tedious stuff that doesn't look like anything's being done, but there's a shit ton being done. So that's what's going down with the C10. Like I said, the doors are getting touched up. Probably going to end up doing something over there on that side with that door. Is that one stripped out too? Yeah, that one's stripped out too, so we're going to end up pulling that one as well and tapping and all that stuff. The shitty thing is, it's like 2 or 3 bolts per door that's stripped out. So it has to be fixed. It's just got to get fixed. The C10 over there, we like I said last week, we were going to take a break on, and we were going to come back and we were going to show you the Riviera. And like I said last week, this was not going to look like what it did last week. Son of a bitch. Of course the damn battery dies. Let me get a new one real quick. But that here there, obviously you can see what has been going on in here. The entire front clip's off. The entire front end is off of this thing. Tires are off, the whole 9 yards. And we are preparing to do some wild shit here. As you can see, let's go out front here first, Randall. So it's funny, the more shit we took off this car, the better everything started to look. Not saying it didn't look good to begin with, but once we got the fenders off, we got the front clip off, we got the bumper off, we got the fucking grill off, we got the headlights out, we got the, you know, the inner fender wells, the blah, 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 everything squared away. So we can really see what's going to happen in here. We're going to end up smoothing all this shit out. All these holes are going to get smoked. They're out of here. We got a lot of work ahead of us as far as this shit goes, but it really doesn't look that bad. Excuse me. Now, we knew this floor was going to have to be replaced, just like we knew the trunk was going to have to be replaced. So right now, so we cleaned up everything. We cut obviously, we cut the fucking floors out. And up in here, this might be a little bit more intricate than what we were expecting, but this structural area has to get taken care of. Randy, if you can come in here, I'll shine a light and you can really see what's going on in here. It's just gone. I don't know how else to describe it, but we're going to, the week coming up, as you can see, we have some major bracing going on in here because we are going to be addressing this issue, which is the floor. The good thing is these are big, large pieces of metal. There's not a lot of shaping that's going to happen in here. It's just we got to do a lot of structural shit and some bead rolling and stuff to make sure this stuff's going to look good. We brace this because the way that we're going to do this, the easiest way to accomplish what we want to do is we're going to have to remove some stuff. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about that, but we're going to remove some stuff, and we want to make sure that all this is going to stay put. You can see over here, we shaped and made some new rockers, some new outer rockers right here. We got to run we got to run a little bit through the English wheel to get the shape that we want right here, because it's not exactly 100% flat right here. But you can see we got an inner and we got both outer rockers right now. As far as, let me go over here and I'll show you from that side, Randy. You just stay put right there and I'll show them what's going on here with this car. Like, this car's got some rust, but I don't want to spill my beer. That's the last thing I want to do. So you can see this, we have an inner rocker, we have an outer rocker, and we have an inner rocker, which is like some inner structure here. So this piece runs the whole way down. So when we cut into here to see what's going on in here, we still have some rust from the factory. They ain't doing shit in here, but leaving it just metal. So, I mean, you got surface rust in areas here that are bad. The side over there is actually worse than this. So what we're going to do here is we got some outer rust. So these outer rockers are going to come off, and we're going to address what's going on inside here. We're going to have to remove this stuff, and we're going to have to take off the bracing here to get this inner structure going. I don't know if we're going to have to come the whole way through here, but we just wanted to make sure that this structure, the support system, was going to hold if we had to remove these both at the same time. So as you can see, we cleaned everything up here. These structural pieces are good. These were just wire brushed and cleaned up. And we're going to come in and we're going to do a two-step cleaning system, a rust inhibitor, a rust reformer, and a sealer system on these. And then we're going to weld our new floors in and everything here. We're going to put new, I forget what toe boards, I guess, if that's what the fuck you want to call them. Some people call them other things, but anyways, we're going to rebuild the toe boards. The front mounts are fine. We just have to address the floors, obviously. And we're going to have to do a little bit of cut and pasting back here. But this is what's going on. I'm excited because this shit is fun to me. It's fun to us. Some people look at this stuff and they get freaked out. But we're on the home stretch here, folks. After this, we got some serious, like, we're headed down the home stretch, man. This is the last of the rust. The trunk was fucking crazy. This is freaking crazy, but at the same time, this is nothing compared to what back there, the rust that was repaired already. So I'm excited. Old fucking Rockin' Randy Savage is excited, and I.B.F. HotRods is excited. The customer is excited. I mean, what more could you ask for? Everybody's excited. You know, that's all we need here, ladies and gentlemen, is everybody be excited about what's happening, because it's exciting. And we got another coat of slop on the wall over there. We got a new table that we built over here. So that wall, I got one more slick of fucking mud over there. We got more welding crap this week. We put together a bunch of shit. We got the TIG welder finally on its own system, so we don't got to haul that around. Randy's building us some shit for our English wheel, or not our English wheel, our bead rollers. There's a lot going on. Like I said before, if you've been following us, we're trying to finish. We were 2 months behind on finishing the building, so we're trying to finish this, and we're trying to build this, and we're trying to make sure this shit's good and that shit's good. It's nuts. So the fact that you guys are following along means the world to us. And t-shirts are coming. Put the order in. 2 weeks, we're going to have t-shirts. So if you like what you see and you want to support us in any way, buy a t-shirt. And guess what? We're not going to have these random frickin' koozies much longer, because we're getting fucking I.B.F. HotRods koozies. I mean, come on. So we're going to have koozies. We're going to have giveaways. And, you know, things are happening. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut her off here. Happy Saturday. I know it's not Friday, but happy Saturday. Next week, the Riviera is going to look completely different. We're going to have new metal. Doors are going to be back on the C10. That C10 probably ain't going to be touched. So if you're looking forward to that, you got another Friday. Because once this is done, we're back over there on that. This son of a bitch hopefully is going to fire up here in the next few weeks. And is that it, Randy? Yeah? Sounds good. Okay, so I tell you what. Happy Saturday. Have a good weekend, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, Elliot Slack, I.B.F. HotRods, Castaways, all that good shit. Cheers.